महलों में आहत अपमान, वीर सैनिकों के भी मन में था अपने. It's from Jhansi Ki Rani, the poem. I don't know when Subhadra Kumari Chauhan actually wrote this poem, she even had India Against Corruption movement in mind. But it really does fit in today. Just imagine a beggar on the street. He'll probably be worrying about that his daily savings are not enough to bribe the policeman for his nightly sleep on the pavement. Right across the street, a wealthy businessman might be worried that he hasn't paid enough for his tender to be passed. So we are all there at the same thing. No matter which strata of the society you belong to, you are affected by corruption. But the funniest part was that I have been associated with this movement for almost 2.5 years now. And in this, I have met all kinds of people. 2% did not even know that such a movement existed. And the rest 98% did not believe that a movement like this can ever bring about a change. My introducer to India Against Corruption was Mr. Vora. I once asked him, so where do we fit in? I mean, if you do a regression analysis over here now, we would probably be the outliers. He said, have you ever seen an ant under the molehill? It will climb, climb and climb, and it will fall and climb again. And then when it actually says that it's reached the peak, it will fall back again. I think our movement was like that. In January, when we gave the government an ultimatum to actually sit across the table, we thought we've been there. And now we think we are again beginning from scratch. I say we, but why should we be in the movement? I am in the movement because it's my money at the end of the day. And people better be accountable for it. I wasn't born into a silver spoon family. I knew every penny counted. So when I know that it's my hard-earned money that is going into the government fund and it is actually adding on to the corruption, I better get my money's worth. I better know where it is going. So when we actually turn to the government, what does the government give us? It definitely gives us a legislation, because India is all about legislation. Yeah, we have it in place. But what do we have it in place? We have in place a body called CVC, which is an advisory body. It doesn't have the power to register an FIR, doesn't have the power to arrest. Leave aside, it doesn't even have the power to impeach a politician. It is only a recommendatory and an advisory body that will go and it will just tell you that yes, these are the people who have the powers, who are actually corrupt. Then we come to CBI. CBI has all these powers, but is ruled by a politician and it will not act. So fine, that leaves us back to square one. And then started India Against Corruption and the entire Citizens Charter. So what is the Citizens Charter all about? It's nothing new. We already have the system in place. We call it the Election Commission. We want a separate system in place, which is called the Lok Ayukta, which will actually bring about transparency in the system. It is not to see who it is impeaching. It can impeach anybody. It is to be given absolute powers of registering an FIR, filing a complaint. But the main thing is it is to be transparent. Through the portal, it tries to bring about transparency. All the cases which are to be solved within 1 year, the results and the case files of all the cases are to be made public. You don't have to file an RTI to know actually what happened in that corruption case. It's to be all on the portal. Probably that's the main problem, because politicians don't want to, see their names on the portal. Moving forward, the Lok Ayukta is also supposed to be having the powers of being a completely independent body, which will be the merging of the anti-corruption wing of CBI into Lok Ayukta. People who are to be selected have to be selected through a fair and transparent process. That does not mean that me and you, we can vote for it. But yes, if you definitely feel that this person, if there is a referendum, that this person is not to be on the panel, the person is not to be on the panel. Because ultimately, the core lies that it's my money, it is your money. The crux is, I won't even let my kid touch my wallet. So why should I even let the government touch it? So that was the crux which we suggested. In the end, I like to reiterate that all of us who took to have this movement together, we are not here to support any political party. We are not even here to debate on the person who is leading this movement, whether he is fit enough to lead the movement or not. We are here just to support the cause that it's high time I demand, you demand an anti-corrupt India. It's high time we know what our money is worth, and to be very frank, we just let go of the chalta hai attitude. I mean, you break a signal in your drunken stupor and you just hand over $100 and say, chalta hai yaar, ho gaya na. That's not done. How can a Bengali not end her speech with Tagore? So, here it is. We wish to arise where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free.